Hello. Technical difficulties. I tried to do this video this morning on Facebook, and I even tried it now, and it keeps saying there's errors. So it sounds like I have to uninstall and then reinstall Facebook on my phone. So I'm doing it here live on YouTube, and then I will post this. And let me get rid of some of these notifications. I will post this on the Facebook page. So the topic was I want to release my need to prove myself to others, female friends in particular, by trying too hard and then regretting what I said. So what I want to, and I wonder if I can tag people on here. See, I'm so new to doing YouTube live, so it's going to be a work in progress, and I always have to remember to look up there. So it looks like I'm looking at you. And oh my gosh, I think all of us can relate to this. It's a character adaptation. It's not a character defect. It's not a character flaw. It's not something that's wrong with you. It's an adaptive behavior to seek approval of others that came typically early on in childhood. It's all those adaptive behaviors that we have to help us survive. So, for instance, if you grew up, I grew up in this extremely devout Catholic family, and I went to Catholic school from kindergarten all the way through high school. And even my preschool, though it wasn't Catholic, had some smatterings about that. And mine was not a great upbringing in that whatsoever. I have a friend here, like I said, it was great, but I learned through the programming of going to the principal's office all the time, not because I was a bad kid, but because I spoke up. I started to learn to adapt my behavior to survive that circumstance. So then I would be like a schmoozy kid and people please. And there's the term called fawning. And we do that, especially if, say, you're doing that with friends. There's something in there that your child, your inner child is getting, I call it the wounded child, is getting activated, that feels the need to seek approval and then may say something and then regrets it. So to me, the key with this, and I'm going to sit on my foot so I'm up a little higher. The key to this is to nurture that child, and the acceptance piece is so huge, because that's what can connect us with our inner guidance. I absolutely believe this. When we start to nurture that child and be like, sweetie, it's okay. Like literally, whatever way works for you to talk to your child, like, it's okay, you're seeking approval. Oh, it's okay, you said that. I know you don't feel like it's okay, but it's okay. It's the reparenting of the wounded child, so that the child knows you're okay for doing that. It's not a flaw. It's not a character defect. It's not this thing that we've all learned to like make ourselves so wrong for. It's like, imagine your parents, and maybe your parents did this, and they said, it's okay, sweetie. That behavior is okay. You're trying to protect yourself. You're just trying to fit in, because that's a character adaptation. It's totally okay. I think we'd all have a very different experience if that was something that we learned. So that's my monologue with this. The key to me is to start practicing, even if it feels so weird or like, I don't even believe this. That's okay. Over time, you will start to believe it. Like, it's okay. Like you're talking to a little girl. Here's another way to imagine it, or a little boy, whatever your gender. It's, if you saw this little child doing that behavior to try to fit in, to try to survive, do you think you'd be like, like get angry and be like, go put your big girl pants on, or your big boy pants on, and buck up? I like to think if you're in this group, you probably wouldn't do that. You'd probably feel compassion and empathy. So let's tap karate chop. Even though I have this character adaptation where I try to prove myself to my friends, that's such the wounded child in me getting activated. I choose to acknowledge my truth right now. Even though that child in me gets activated, She tries to prove herself to her friends because she learned to believe somehow she's less than. I deeply and profoundly accept myself anyway now. Even though the child within me is just trying to survive, she will try to prove herself again and again and say things she regrets just to try to survive. So, what if I could see this part of me differently now? This child in me that's just trying to survive. This is an adaptive behavior, trying to prove myself to others. That's what I learned so long ago. It wasn't safe to not fit in. And somewhere along the way, I lost part of me. But that part of me is still in me. It's just clouded over by the programming of a culture that tells me who I should be, how I should behave, what I should look like. So, not so shocking that I try to do this, try to prove myself. So, what if the answer here is to practice loving kindness with this wounded child in me? Give this child in me what they never got, some loving kindness. And what if the more I practice this, and it is a practice, that child in me who needs to prove herself starts to heal? And what if, instead of trying not to prove myself or trying not to say things I regret, what if by focusing on this child in me and healing this child a step at a time, what if over time that changes everything? And as my wounded child feels more acceptance, what if the need to prove theirself to others melts away over time? And I notice I'm doing it less and less. And those are huge wins. And what if I can notice all the little wins where I caught myself in the act or did it 1% less this time? And all of that matters because that's the progression of healing. That's letting me know I'm healing from the inside out. And I'm changing my physiology and changing these character adaptations and changing what's possible for me. I like that idea a lot. And then take a breath. So I hope you found that helpful. And that's it for today. And we'll see you tomorrow. It might be on here, it might be on Facebook. We'll see how it goes for day 3. And thank you so much for the topic.